Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Okay, so I believe most of you all know what you're in for. Okay, we're going to have a chat regarding what is IRAS tax submission, right? So I believe some of you all have some concept already, right, on what exactly is IRAS tax figures, IRAS tax submission. Okay, you'll probably have these words floating in your mind, right? Auto inclusion scheme, IRA 8A. Okay, some of you even have Appendix 8A, 8B to fill in as well, right? So today I'm going to just do a little bit of intro on this, okay, and then I will show you how you can make use of our system, okay, to directly submit all these tax figures to IRAS, right? Okay, so right now, basically what happened is I still have some friends or colleagues, right, asking me this question, right? Why do we need to submit to IRAS annually? Okay, basically, if you own a company in Singapore, okay, and you are employing, okay, you are required to file, okay, all your employees' earning, okay, how much you have paid to them, okay, for this past year entirely, right? And you need to prepare some certain forms for them. Okay, as long as they're employed in Singapore, okay, you need to declare how much you are paying them, okay, to IRAS. Okay, this is of course for their tax assessment, right? And there's actually a deadline. If you take a look at this over here, right? 1st of March every year. Okay, so from now to 20th of February, it's still 1.5 months to go. Okay, later I'm going to share with you if okay you want to use our system, okay, to do so for your FY 2020, okay, what you can do, right? So this is by law. This is by law. You have to submit. As long as you have a company and you're employing, you need to submit, right? So next thing, you very often heard this term, auto inclusion scheme, right? AIS. Everybody say, are you in AIS already? Are you in AIS already? Right? So what happened is AIS, okay, as long as you have 7 employees and above, okay, you are required by IRAS to be in the auto inclusion scheme as well, right? So what does this auto inclusion scheme does, right? It basically allows, okay, you to submit all the employment income information electronically, okay, to IRAS. Okay, so for those who are not in the auto inclusion scheme, okay, later I'm going to show you also how tedious it is, okay, to submit all these figures to IRAS, right? So auto inclusion scheme, okay, if you are not in the auto inclusion scheme, you can apply for it. Okay, go to iras.gov.sg and you can apply for your company to be in the AIS, right? So of course, after you use auto inclusion scheme to, right, submit to IRAS, all this information will be included in the staff income tax assessment, right? And these are all the required tax file, okay, when you are submitting these figures to IRAS, right? The one that you have to do for everyone, okay, every of your staff is the IRA. Okay, this one, I think 90% of us know what is this, right? As long as you are, as long as you have worked in Singapore before, okay, you probably have this IRA, right? And Appendix 8A, you can see that 8A is basically for those who have benefit in kind. Okay, so your IRA 8A not enough, right? You need to fill up Appendix 8A, right? 8B are for those who have employee stocks options, right? So you can see the last one, IRA 8S, right? Excess CPF payment are made. Okay, you need to fill up this form also. Okay, there's actually another form which is IRA 21. Okay, I've got a client asking me, hey, if I have foreign staff, they resign, then what can I do, right? You have to fill up the IR 21. Okay, so these are the various tax form where you can do it manually or you can make use of a payroll software to do it for you, right? So just now we mentioned 1st of March, right? That is the deadline. Okay, so if by then you have not submit or you did a wrong submission, right? So of course in Singapore, what happened? Okay, they will fine you, right? So impose a 5% penalty, okay, late submission penalty. Okay, worst case scenario, of course, you'll be summoned to court, right? So, but that is the last thing that we want, right? That's the last thing that we want, right? And okay, this is what happened if you are not in the auto inclusion scheme. Okay, so for those who are a small startup, okay, in Singapore we have a SME, we have a small startup. right? And if you're not into auto inclusion scheme, what you need to do is you need to go to IRAS, okay, .gov.sg, download the Microsoft Word form of this IRA. Then you need to go into these individual details over here, okay, change it to each and every of your staff information, okay, and then key in whatever earnings they have. Okay, and this is how tedious it is, right? If you're not able to submit electronically, right? And for those who have above seven staff and who have seven staff and above, right? Although you're in the auto inclusion scheme, okay, you're in the AIS, but you do not have a payroll software. Okay, so three categories. One is not in the auto inclusion scheme. Okay, one is auto inclusion scheme. Okay, but you are not using any software, right? Basically, perhaps for the past year you are using Excel, okay, to generate your payslip. Okay, so this month and February, this is what you need to do. Okay, you need to log on to, of course, iras.gov.sg, right? Select AIS under e-submission. Okay, then you need to register for CPF data link-up service. Okay, so that IRAS can obtain, okay, all the figures, right? Then this data will be pre-filled, right? So when you submit this employment income information to IRAS, this data will be pre-filled by this CPF data link up. Okay, but the trouble about this is that you still need to verify and adjust, okay, your employees' income information, right? Some elements, okay, pay components or pay items that you have done for your staff, right, may not be, okay, maybe CPF payable, okay, but I'm not sure whether is it under the correct tax code or not, whether is it in fact taxable or not, right? So all these you still need to manually adjust and verify, right? So that is the issue with submitting manually as well as without any payroll software. Okay, nothing to help you. So this is basically very, very time consuming, right? Inefficient also. Okay, especially anything manual, it is always prone to human errors, right? Okay, one last thing we don't want, okay, is that compliance. Right? It's also difficult to keep updated, okay, on the compliancy of what IRAS really wants, right? And one more thing for those who don't know, okay, offline application, which means not in auto inclusion scheme. Okay, you want to do manual, right? After December 2022, okay, you want to do manual also cannot, right? So everything has to be online application, online submission. Okay, no more offline, no more offline. Okay, it's only 1 year away, right? 1, 2 years away, right? And then we talk about submitting with payroll software. Okay, you can see that when using a payroll software, what I can do is an instant submission. Okay, so this is what I'm going to talk about later on. Okay, the main bulk of it. Okay, how easy it is for you to do that. Okay, everything is basically automated. Okay, auto-computed. Okay, auto-generated. Right. So importance of a payroll software. Okay, basically you can see that these are the statement, okay, by big companies internationally. Right. How a software is able to help them, okay, with their operations, okay, where especially on the new workforce outlook, okay, you can see that PwC increasingly dispersed workforce has remote teams, okay, everybody is trying to work remotely right now, okay, and some of them, okay, like KPMG, okay, they have on-demand jobs, okay, or SME, sometimes we call them part-timers, right? So we only employ them when we really need to scale up our business, right? So you have to manage, okay, these workers alongside permanent workers, alongside the full-timers, right? And of course, if we are going to deal with a tech-savvy workforce, right? The millennials are starting to come to the workforce, okay, for those who are born after the year 2000, okay, they are born in this technology-infested environment already. So virtual corporate experience, okay, something that when I step out to this working world, there's no such thing, right? There's no such thing as virtual corporate experience. Okay, but now, right, it is a real thing right now. Okay, it is a real word, a real thing, right? So you can see that as we, okay, try to adapt, to the new workforce environment, these are just some of the common problems that SME are facing. Right? Very poor workforce visibility. Okay, too much admin work. Okay, this one from day one, right? And compliance risk, right? Compliance risk. Yeah, I'll show you what is it. And also poor employee experience, right? So the first one, poor workforce visibility, right? This is especially so, right, from last year, 2020, right? So COVID, everybody work from home, lockdown, right? So after you give your staff working remotely, work from home for a few months, they don't want to come back to work, right? So they can go shopping, phase two or phase three open, they can go shopping, they can go and eat. But when you ask them to go back to work, cannot. Government say must stagger, right? So all kinds of reasons. So, but it's not unusual. It's not uncommon, right? In fact, a lot of companies are moving towards this working environment also. Okay, everything is Zoom, right? Like what we are doing now, we are doing webinar. Okay, we don't even need to meet face to face. Everything is remote, right? And manual HR processes. Okay, this one definitely you know better than me, right? Because I think most of you are HR personnel. Okay, some of you are founders and owners of your own business. Okay, this one you definitely know better than me. Okay, I can feel you, right? But the difference is my software can help you, right? So there's a difference. Okay, and staying compliant. Okay, the last thing we want is of course to underpay, right? Government agencies like CPF board, IRAS. Okay, we don't want to underpay, and we of course don't want to overpay as well, right? Every dollar and cents are very important to SME, yeah, right? So, how are we going to stay compliant, right? And reduce human error, right? Improve your accuracy in all these computations, right? And facing an unhappy workforce, right? So this is something that digitalization that can definitely help you, right? We also don't want the staff, if let's say they just want to check for their leave balance or just want their pay slip, but they have to wait for the HR to come back from their leave, right? I want my pay slip, but I have to wait 3 or 5 days for the HR person to give it to me, right? So these kind of little things actually affects the morale of your staff also. I want to check my leave balance. I want to see my pay slip. I have to wait. I have to wait, right? So nowadays, of course, with a software, definitely you do not need, you don't face such problems anymore, right? All these four common problems, okay, can be easily eliminated, right? So coming into the main topic, okay, for today, which is how you can submit, okay, IRAS tax figures, okay, with our software. Just log in, right? So I believe most of you all already know who we are, right? So for those who don't know, okay, you just sign up, okay, you just went to social media, you saw our webinar, you register, okay, we are a HR software company, okay. So but of course today I'll be just talking more on the IRAS, which is more on my payroll, right, on my payroll module, right? And first thing first, first thing first, right? What are the data you need to submit to IRAS, right? I have clients who call me 1st of January. It's still holiday, but message me already. So he say, hey Jay, I haven't buy from you yet. Yeah, I haven't buy from you yet. But if I want to use your payroll software to submit my 2020 tax income to IRAS, okay, what do I do, right? So this is the starting point, okay, which is what we call opening balance. Okay, you see over here, okay, you can see opening balance, right? So for those who have not, okay, or haven't buy from us yet, is not using our system, right? So what you can do is, okay, instead of running your January pay run all the way to December pay run for the past year, okay, you can simply just enter the opening balance. So you can see over here, we have all the pay elements, okay, all your stuff over here, right? All you need to do is just fill in, right, the figures for all the pay elements. Okay, this is the data IRAS will need. Okay, they don't need year to date, they just need the lump sum figure, right? So that is how what I tell my clients also, right? And of course, after logging in, okay, what you probably need to do is you go into payroll, okay, go into file generation, and this is what you will see. Okay, these are the data, these are the fields that you need to fill in. Of course, you select the text here, right? Then you fill in your first your organization type, okay, and all the necessary information here, right? All the necessary information here, right? Then there, when you scroll down, there's a submit button for you. Okay, as simple as that. You just click on submit. Okay, then once all these fields are input, okay, all these fields are being filled up, you click submit. This is what you will see. This one over here, very important, right? So direct submission to IRAS. You see this plus button, okay, direct submission to IRAS. Okay, so but before that, normally what I would like to do, okay, before I submit to IRAS, I can always check first. Right, we always check before we submit, right? So when you click on this is what you will see, right? So when I open up, I will see my summary. Okay, I will see my summary as well as my individual IRA of my stuff. Okay, I can actually just download. I can see their individual IRA. So if I want to verify, I want to check, I can do so. Okay, straight from this page over here, right? And once I'm ready to submit, okay, remember the direct submission button. Okay, I just click on it, and it will actually prompt me this one. Okay, whether I want to submit to IRAS as a tax agent, okay, or non-tax agent. Okay, but for most of you should be this, right? Should be non-tax agent. So for those tax agent, okay, probably if you're a company who is doing outsourcing of corporate service, payroll, accounting, okay, for your clients, that you want to submit on behalf of them, then you use this. But otherwise, if you are the HR person of your own company, okay, your boss of your own company, this is the one to use, right? Submit IRAS is non-tax agent. So what happens if you click after you click this button, you will be prompted to log into Coppass of your company. Okay, this login is actually trying to allow IRAS to pull all this information or this data from just login. Okay, so of course you have to click allow. Right? So this is just pulling the information from IRAS, from just login to IRAS. Right? So once you allow this step to happen, IRAS basically send a query back to the just login system. Okay, saying that okay, IRAS okay, has received okay something from just login. So this is where you can check the submission status, right? And when you click on this triangle icon over here, okay, this is for you to confirm to proceed to submit okay these tax figures to IRAS. Okay, very simple. Okay, you fill in all the data. Okay, log into Coppass to allow IRAS to pull the information, and then IRAS send you back a query to confirm. Okay, so this is what you need to click, proceed to submit. So the moment you do that, okay, the moment you do that, you will have a submission reference number. Okay, and this using this submission reference number, you can go to iras.gov.sg. Okay, if you want print out the acknowledgement receipt. Okay, so if you have 20 staff, you have 200 staff, the steps are the same. Okay, you don't need to go and do anything manually or individually, right? The steps are the same. And it is basically that simple, right? Compared to the manual one, which we talk about, all right? Or without payroll software, you need to go and register the CPF thing, right? So this is what happened, okay, has payroll software, right? And for us, not only we do payroll, okay, this is actually our vision, right? We want a mobile enabled, okay, employee centric, employee first approach or software, okay, to all our clients. Okay, this is our vision, right? So not only easy for the administrator, okay, to do administrative job like this, submitting of IRAS tax figures, okay, but also to the employees. So employees themselves, you can see that they can access and even download the payslip on the go. Right? They don't need to ask the HR for their payslip anymore. I want 3 months, I want 6 months of payslip, I can just do it myself. Right? So these are the other things that on the mobile app has the stuff I can do. Right? Leave management, I can apply, I can cancel leave. Okay, I can even do clock in and clock out. Right? So if you want to find out more on all these, how our existing client make use of this clock in and clock out, okay, in times of lockdown and remote working environment, okay, do let us know, right? Expense claim as well, okay, reimbursement, everything is on the mobile app for the staff, right? Employee centric approach, right? And then of course for the administrator, like I mentioned just now, okay, everything is very easy for them to administer, right? Everything is automated. Okay, you don't even need to do much. Okay, so like for example, how you submit the IRAS. Okay, basically just six steps, right? Right. So of course you will have these slides. Okay, later on, right? Later on, when you have this QR code, okay, fill up this any feedbacks that you have, right? And then indicate that you want these slides. Okay, you have it, right? So not just these features, but actually our government also doing a lot of subsidies and grants, okay, for SME, right? So if you are eligible, you can in fact, okay, apply for this PSG grant. Okay, for us, we are a pre-approved vendor of PSG, right? So you can actually get up to 80% of the cost. Okay, so government enterprise Singapore rather, right, is subsidizing up to 80% of the cost of the system that you'll be getting. Right. On top of that, okay, I'm sure some of you have heard this before. Okay, Skill Future Enterprise Credit. Okay, some of you are wondering whether you are eligible or not. Okay, basically I have a link as well for you to check. Okay, if you have the SFEC credit. Okay, so let us know if you want this link. Okay, we'll probably send it together with you with the slides. Right, so you can see that this SFEC it covers up to 90% of the remaining balance of PSG. So PSG 80% already. So you only pay 20%. So out of this 20%, you still get another 90%. Right. So if this sounds very interesting to you, okay, perhaps put yes. All right. We will probably want a private discussion with you. Right. You can see that. Okay. You will see a pop up. Right. There's a poll over here. So you can just select yes or no. Right. So for PSG, basically it covers all the modules inside our system. So you can see over here, it is an entire ecosystem of our HR solution, okay, of our HR suite, right? So we not only just do payroll, right? We do the entire HR system, right? Leave, attendance expense, as well as just people. Okay, just people is something like a P file, right? Employee cloud database, right? So of course, if you're looking at something which is going to help you not just on the text submission, okay, you're looking at the full entire HR suite, okay, you probably want to look at a software that has won some awards in this industry, right? Yeah, so we are pretty recognized. We won some gold awards in best HR management system as well as best payroll software, right? So that's why you see our submission very short, very sweet, right? So some of the clients that are already using our system, okay, what we are really trying to get across over here is that no matter what industry you are in, okay, you are able to use our system. You can see that I have clients who only have like one or two staff, and I have clients up to 1,000 over staff, right? I'm sure you definitely fit into this range, right? And okay, coming to the end of this webinar, okay, reminder, okay, deadline for this submission is 1st of March, right? Still 1.5 months away. And if you are thinking, okay, if you have not have any payroll software yet, you're thinking to use a software to submit your IRAS, right? Talk to us, right? We will assist you, we will guide you. Remember the opening balance thing that I explained to you, okay, like how I explained to my clients who, you know, send me the text message 1st of January, right? Okay, so submission, deadline of submission 1st of March. Try not to submit on the 28th of February, right? Okay, this is very, very typical of us, okay, to do that. Right? So get all this information, get up and rolling earlier, right? latest, just give yourself probably third week of February. Right, February is a short month also. Right, so try not to do it on the last day. Right, just in case IRAS, you know, too many people go into it, and then the server hang and all, then you have a problem. Right. Okay. So, if you want to learn more about us, okay, and how we can assist you from here, okay, remember to fill up this feedback form. Okay, indicate to us whether you want to receive these likes as well, right? So meanwhile, let me take a look at any questions that you all have in this chat box. Okay, there's one which is Galaxy Note 10. Okay, okay. Your name is Galaxy Note 10. Okay, you're using the handphone Galaxy Note 10, right? So if our company have decreased employee, did he still need to still require to submit the tax? Okay, as long as you have, as long as he is employed, okay, under your company, okay, at any point of time in 2020, okay, he should be included in the tax submission. Right? As long as you pay out something to him, right, you need to include him. Right? I hope that answers your question. Right? Okay. And when would supervision this? Okay, actually for us, we our system, right, actually support traditional Chinese. Right? Our system actually support traditional Chinese. Right? But of course, for more details, perhaps you want to leave down your name, contact, and email. Right? We'll try to get into details which which part of the software you are uh, inquiring, right? Because our system actually supports traditional Chinese already, right? Sure. Great. I have your details here. Thank you. Right. Could you flashback? Yes. Can. Okay, so I'll just do a quick one, then I'll just come back to this QR code. Okay, so that for those who are still trying to scan, okay, they have a chance to scan this, right? Flashback slide to PSG grant. Okay, this information, you can find it, okay, under Enterprise Singapore website as well. Okay, of course, if you want to know more, you just let me know. I will guide you through the whole, PSG grant structure as well as the SFEC also. I'll let you know where to fill in and then find out your eligibility. Right? Okay. May I know where to fill the feedback form? Okay.
The
Okay,
feedback
great.
form will pop up once we end the webinar. Yes, thank you.
Right. And also slides on the IRAS. Yes. Indicate in the feedback form, Ivy, right? Indicate on the feedback form that you want to receive these likes, and then we'll send it to you. Yeah, you have this whole deck of slides. Yeah, thanks, Eating. Thanks, Eating. Okay, so for those who are, yep. Okay, so once you leave the webinar, there will be a feedback form that will pop up. Yeah, Happy New Year to you too, Ivy. Oh, let me take a look. Okay, Daniel. Okay, this one we definitely need to gather more requirements from you, right? So leave down your name, contact, email. Okay, we will have a more private discussion with you, right? Mm. Is this system you can use for other country as well? All right. Okay, sure. Well, just now I mentioned that our system, okay, is available in traditional Chinese also, right? So actually, our system, okay, it is localized in Hong Kong as well, right? So four countries altogether: Singapore, Hong Kong, right, Malaysia, as well as Myanmar. Okay, so our payroll system are localized in these four countries. Okay, meaning, okay, for example, some of you probably have subsidiaries or sister company in Malaysia, right? So Malaysia, we have the EPF and the SOSCO, okay, and then the monthly tax deduction. All these are auto-computed in our system as well in Malaysia. So we have four different portals for you, right? So these are the countries we are in. Once again, Singapore, Malaysia, Hong Kong, and Myanmar, right? So Eunice, this one probably we will have a private discussion, okay, to gather your more detailed requirements, right? Then we can show you how to, maybe we can show you the pricing structure on how, according to your requirements, right? Not gonna brief how to use it. Yep. Okay. So just now I went through that 6 steps, right? In between, right? So yeah, so basically that is it. Okay, it's probably going to take you less than 20 minutes to really do this submission from just login, right? So if let's say, okay, you are still not too sure about it, okay, we actually hold IRAS submission refresher training for our clients, our existing clients, right? So leave down your contact, right? We will get back to you. We will arrange a tax submission, a detailed training for you. Okay, because this one is just a webinar. So if let's say you want really step by step, okay, we do refreshment training for our existing client, right? Okay, Josephine, great. You have a subsidiary in Myanmar. Can we will reach out to you. We'll reach out to you on this. So once again, leave down your right contact and email. Right, we are localized in Myanmar. Right. Mm. Okay. So for Mina, SFEC qualifying period. Okay, qualifying period basically refers to the period. Okay, whether you are eligible for it or not. Okay, it's not the submission or the claim period for SFEC. Yeah, right. So SFEC, that qualifying period means, okay, during that period, okay, how much SDL you have paid. Okay, that actually will be the deciding factor of whether you will be eligible for SFEC or not. So leave down your name, leave down your contact. I will send the link over to you to check whether you are eligible or not. Okay, there's a link for it. Okay, there's a link. Okay, so same thing, you click on the link, log into CorpPass, you will be able to check whether your company is eligible for SFEC. Right? Oh, yeah, Josephine, once again. Yeah, thank you very much. We will definitely reach out to you. Right? We'll definitely reach out to you for the Myanmar payroll. Right? We are totally localized in Myanmar. Right? Okay, so that's the system allowance taxable components. Okay, of course in our okay, this one is slightly more technical already, right? So of course in our system you are able to set whether the components is taxable or not. Okay, but typically, okay, these whether the components are taxable or not, okay, still is up to the company. But of course, there is a guideline from IRAS which components are taxable or not, right? So for example, benefits, allowances, these are all taxable. Okay, but reimbursement, these are not taxable. Okay, reimbursement is basically what I claim back from. It's my own money, right? Government cannot tax me for my own money, right? So, but if let's say it is something that is viewed as an extra income, extra benefit for me, generally those are taxable. Okay, but of course, for more detailed information, this one, okay, I believe there's a list of guideline from IRAS as well, right? Yeah, it's thanks Yokson again. Thank you. Right. I have staff work overseas but salary pay out from Singapore. Your company is in Singapore, right? And if your staff is employed under this Singapore entity, I believe you need to do so. I believe you need to do so. Right. Okay. So for Josephine Kwa, I hope I answer your question. Right. So if you're a Singapore company, okay, and if your staff work under you, okay, I would say you definitely need to submit. Right. Okay, so let us move to June. Do you have to declare insurance benefit? Do you have to declare insurance premium paid by? Okay, so for June, SK, you have any comments on this insurance premium paid by company? SK, are you there?
Sorry, I'm on mute.
Okay.
So basically, June, for this insurance premium paid by the company itself, you can further clarify with IRAS. However, I believe it is kind of like the benefit in kind. So in this case, you can actually process the Appendix 8A in our system instead of IRAA. IRAA is more on monetary forms of income received by the employee. Okay.
Right. So in summary, okay, this one sounds like it is under benefit in kinds, Appendix 8A, yeah? Right. Thank you, June. Okay, so I have another question, which is suppose I have not paid SDL for this. Wow. Okay, this one, you will probably need to check with CPF, right, to see what is the exact amount that you owe them, right? Yeah. So this one you have to connect directly with CPF bot, right? You have to connect directly with them, right? So these are the things that happen, if let's say you are doing it manually. So for payroll software, generally there's just a checkbox for you, right, to auto calculate SDL, right? So basically, this solve all the problems for you, right? So when is refresher course? Yep. So for this, we will send we have a schedule, right? So I'll get my trainer to basically send this training schedule for you, right? So I think we have a few slots of very, very detailed training of this refresher course for our existing clients, right? Okay, so leave down a name, okay, and email, okay, leave down contact, so we'll get back to you, right? Okay, so there's no other open questions. Anyone has any other questions? Okay. Right. So for those who wants this trial account, scan the QR code. Okay. Otherwise, when you leave this room, you will have a feedback form for you to fill up. Okay, definitely. Yeah, I get your email, right? I have your email. So, yeah, well, we will send it to you. Right. So remember there are two things, PSG as well as SFEC. Right. PSG eligibility is quite open. But SFEC, I will send you the link. Right. Okay, so I guess there are no more questions. Let me see. All right. So if let's say there's no more questions, then this will be all my time over here, right? So once again, really appreciate the time for you all to turn out for this webinar, right? It's been nice chatting with you all. Right, so remember to fill out the feedback form and also indicate if you'd like to receive the slides. Right, thank you very much, everyone. Appreciate that. Thank you.